Nice feel-good nostalgia trip. Steven Spielberg's popped up again. Waited. He's saying he's waited 60 years to tell basically his life story in fictionalized form. The upcoming film, The Fabelmans, which I believe is going to be released next year, or I'm not sure exactly when, or maybe later, around the Christmas time period. I wasn't clear on that, but it's coming up soon. And for me, it's it was kind of a nostalgia thing because having grown up on his films through the 80s and 90s, he was it in terms of filmmaking. And essentially, if his name was on the film, you were going to go see it, regardless of what it was about, because you knew because it was coming from him, it was worth checking out. And I think, with the exception of maybe one or two films, he didn't disappoint in that respect. And the thing that kind of struck me about this is that you kind of like I think the film will be interesting to watch from a sort of film buff historian point of view, because a lot of the like you can there's a whole bunch of biographies and even watching interviews with him where he's talked about experiences from his childhood or teen years or his early filmmaking career, but then to actually sort of see it pulled together into a dramatized, succinct form in the form of a film is going to be quite interesting to watch, even though I'm pretty sure both of us are going to be familiar with a lot of the content in the film, but seeing it presented in a way that is also from his point of view. So you're getting, I guess, as much unvarnished treatment of it as possible. It'll be a really interesting experience, I think.
Well, it's a Spielberg film, as you said. I can't imagine it'll be anything other than excellent. I mean, he's a great storyteller, and I really enjoyed the trailer, actually. Considering that it is what it is, and I guess it doesn't sound like a truly remarkable story. I'm sure we're all interested because it's Spielberg, but I bet you the film is excellent. And I think on that level, that is the draw card. I do think what is interesting. I once heard, I actually went and saw the late Margot Kidder, talk about her experiences as an actress, and I hadn't realised, but she had actually gone to film school with Spielberg, Scorsese, Coppola, and you've got a whole era of people there, like Ron Howard as well, Lucas. They're all the same era as Spielberg. There's a few years between some of them, but they all came through roughly at the same time. They've all been trained classically in the same sort of filmmaking ways, and you look at that catalogue from any of those people, and even the actors of those times, and you look at the films that they're in, they're all classic films from what I think in the late '60s, early '70s, right through the '70s. It'd be a classic era of Hollywood. So you can only imagine that if that's what the Fableman is about, those people, it will be about Spielberg, but it'll be about all of that generation who came through and I think went on to become the greatest filmmakers of Hollywood. It's going to have to be a great film.
Absolutely. And I thought it was telling that one of the selling points of the trailer was the sequence where he's crashing the two trains together. That infamous story that was like, I don't know, his first attempt at staging a scene. So it was just interesting to see the trailer punctuated with a lot of those sort of hallmarks that he's known for as well. So it'll be interesting to check out.
I think you'll get an insight into filmmaking that's very much of that era, but you know, it, I don't think they make films like that anymore, and certainly not of that quality.